RTS Paranormal has traveled the country investigating different haunted locations, but our favorite, and the one we investigate most often, is a heavy cruiser housed in the Quincy shipyard, the USS Salem. Constructed just after World War II in 1949, she never saw any battles, but has a history all her own. Although not part of the war, the USS Salem did see a lot of death. Used primarily for humanitarian efforts, the USS Salem was sent to Greece in 1953 after some of the country's islands were badly damaged in an earthquake. The USS Salem operated as the island's hospital and morgue, where so many people died a walk-in cooler was converted to a makeshift storage area for the dead. My name is Tara, and today Jim and I are going to the radio room to conduct an investigation. This area is off limits to the public. We're currently the only paranormal group to do an investigation in this radio room, let alone film in it. Once we arrived at the investigation site, we set up our equipment. We used 2 K2 meters, a Mel meter, and several digital audio recorders. We also had an infrared camera as well as a full spectrum camera to record everything happening. Once our equipment was up and running, we began an EVP session, or electronic voice phenomena session. Jim and I proceeded to ask questions for about 10 minutes, and we didn't seem to be getting a lot of activity. Finally, Jim said something that seemed to spark a reaction.
Unfortunately, if you don't let us know that you're here, there are other places we would like to go to and talk to people that may still be here. So unless you can do something to let us know, we're going to have to leave.
Jim and I were quiet for a little bit longer. Now, if you watch this video, you can see us both responding to a noise we heard. It's very faint in the recording, so you may have to turn your volume up. I heard something sort of like
a dog bark?
I was gonna say like someone like scooted one of
Squeaking?
these chairs, yeah.
Because it sounded like a squeaking, but it almost had it sound like a dog bark, or like that's a squeak. That's a.
Like it sounded like it was coming from behind us. Like, did you feel like it was coming from? Jim and I were unsure about the noise that we had heard, but we confirmed with the film crew that they had heard it as well. Everyone in the group agreed that the sound was metallic and originated from outside the door that was behind us. Jim began trying to ask whatever caused the noise to make it happen again.
If that was you making that squeaking noise, and you're not in the radio room, please come in. We would love to have you here with us. If you can do it, come inside.
Not long after, Jim began asking for the noise to come back. We heard it again, this time closer and louder.
Ooh.
That was definitely the noise again. The noise distinctly sounded like one of the metal hatchway doors of the ship opening behind us. We tried to figure out what could have caused the noise and tried to rule out the paranormal. But there were 2 major problems with any of our theories. The first being that there was no one else on the ship to be opening any doors. Katie, one of our members who actually works on the ship, pointed out the second.
That hatch can't open. That's what I'm saying.
I heard that was definitely clear as that was definitely a door swinging.
Katie was right. Even to get to the radio room, RTS Paranormal had to take a series of stairways and ladders to get to it. All of the doorways had been chained shut to keep the visitors out of the restricted areas. We all agreed that we heard a door open, but we just couldn't find a door that could be opened or cause the noise. In the end, we heard several more thumps and taps coming from the room, but we couldn't confirm they weren't noises coming from the ship's piping. The squeak and door opening noise, however, we were unable to debunk and have become yet another example of unexplainable occurrences on the USS Salem.